If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Marvel's Daredevil Season 2, Episode 9, 7 Minutes in Heaven, stop listening now. Major spoilers, here we go. Castle gets an offer he can't refuse. Foggy and Murdock question the future of their firm, but Karen won't give up so easily. Alright, favorite episode of the entire season, and the reason why is because two legends come together, and that is Kingpin and the Punisher, and it's absolutely comic book source, beautiful cinematography, directing, editing, acting, all that stuff, man. At the end of Daredevil season number 1, the season finale, Daredevil defeats Kingpin, or how we normally know him as Wilson Fisk. He defeats that guy. That guy gets put into prison, and we see him staring at this wall. And he's staring at this wall, and then after that, the scene cuts to black, and you're like, damn, that's all you're going to give us of Kingpin? We didn't even get to see Kingpin be Kingpin. Well, now we're getting to see exactly where Kingpin started to become Kingpin, I guess you can say. There was this guy inside of prison that Kingpin meets inside of prison in this episode, number 9, 7 Minutes in Heaven, and this guy is called and referred to as Kingpin. Kingpin, or Wilson Fisk, he has to kill this guy in order to become Kingpin. And the whole reason that this happened is because this dude in prison called Kingpin threatened Wilson Fisk. If he would have left Wilson alone, if he would have not said anything to him, life would have been good, he would still be alive, none of this stuff would ever happen. But he decided to, cross that line, and he had to get dealt with. And the way that Wilson Fisk dealt with this is that he systematically, from the beginning stages when he got into prison, he started to set up things, man. He has this guy, and let me make sure I get his name right, because I actually wrote down notes for this one. Donovan, Mr. Donovan. He has Mr. Donovan move around his assets, the remaining assets that he has left outside of prison, and I guess those are probably like offshore accounts or something like that, whatever his, his wife, the money that's available to take care of her and protect her. He has Mr. Donovan move that around, and then after that, he gets approached by this guy in prison, okay? It's this black dude, really educated, well-rounded, smooth dude, man. I really like this guy. I hope I see him around for, quite some time. He's like a business guy that just, got put up in pretty much the wrong situation and got locked up behind bars, okay? And then after that, this guy has two muscle guys, and then after that, they decide to go and team up with Wilson Fisk and take down Kingpin. And how they do that is that Mr. Donovan pays for, their mother's rent, their medical bills, anything that they need. He pays for everything for the rest of their lives, pretty much, okay? So they have no worries. The only thing they have to worry about is protecting Fisk, and also, trying to take out Kingpin. They find out that this guy who's been, wreaking havoc around Hell's Kitchen, and they notice inside of the papers the legend of this guy called ThePunisher he's a one-man army. Wilson Fisk didn't believe this, and he said, but you know what? It's worth taking a jab at, and we need to try to get rid of Kingpin, so why not? So he hires a guard, okay, and the guard goes into the courtroom after the Punisher decides to take stand and pretty much just go on the opposite. He was supposed to plead not guilty. He pleaded guilty. He was like, Your Honor, I'm guilty, goddammit. I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. Bring me Rick Grimes and I'll kill him too. And it was literally like seriously, if you ever watched The Walking Dead, man, that was a scene out of The Walking Dead, And I'm trying to mash up together, just kind of going off subject real quick. I'm trying to do a mashup of The Walking Dead and Daredevil right now. It's perfect, man. But anyway, so Punisher gets put inside of prison, and the reason why it was because the guard got to the Punisher before he got put on stand. He said, remember, do as we told you to do, and everything will be okay, or something like that. And then after that, that's when he said, I'm guilty. He gets taken to prison. Kingpin is out in the yard, lifting up these weights. You don't know who it is at first, but it's just this guy lifting up this tremendous amount of weight, probably like 1,000 pounds to be honest. And he's just bench pressing it. And then the Punisher walks up. It's Kingpin. Wilson Fisk, he looks at him, and after that, they sit there and talk. At first, the Punisher was like, I refuse to do it or whatever, but then after that, he was like, I hope that you reconsider. And after that, the Kingpin, pretty much persuaded him, and then after that, they had this setup to where the Punisher would go inside of the other prison, like let's say Yard B, and then inside Yard B or Cell Block B or whatever, he can get into and get access to the guy called Kingpin. And what happens is is like literally like they give him the shiv. He walks over there. He gets escorted by the cops or the guards. They open the gates. They let him inside. The gates close behind him. He walks down to Kingpin's cell. And after that, he stabs one dude in the neck, grabs Kingpin. He's like, look, we got to talk. Kingpin tells him all the information, about his kids getting killed, who did it, the who, the what, the when, the where, the how, the why. And after that, he stabs him in the stomach, and after that, lets him bleed out slow. As he's leaving the cell, he's walking over to the entrance of the cell block. He's like, guards, open the door or whatever. They won't open the door. They look at him. He's like, God, open the door. God damn it, I'm the Punisher. Open the goddamn door. And he's going crazy. But they walk away. And then all of a sudden, this dude comes out of the cell. He's like, hey, yo. Hey, there he is. There's the Punisher or something. And then all of a sudden, they walk over. They see that Kingpin's dead. They yell, and all the inmates, all the dudes come out of their cells, man. And the Punisher's like, it's going down, man. He had dropped his knife back at Kingpin's cell. So you're looking at about a good, I'd say, maybe 50, let's go 50 yards. Okay, 50 yards. No, that's too much. Let's go 30. I'm kind of exaggerating because it's the Punisher. It's about 30 yards, okay? And for 30 yards, he has to, survive pretty much because he has no weapon. He just runs at the dudes. The dudes collide, man. And it's non-stop action from that point on, man. And the Punisher just shows you this scene right here on episode 9. That's why it's my favorite of the entire series. Is it shows you the strength of the Punisher. It shows you the perseverance. It shows you the dedication, the motivation, the attitude, everything that makes this guy go, man. And we found out previously, and I'm not going to spoil that still, why or how he gets the motivation. It's through his family, but he says this mantra type thing, and that's what keeps him going. He used that, and that's that. The last, I guess you could say, last act is snapping this dude's neck, stabbing this dude. He repeatedly, and what's crazy about it is it's a repeated stab. It's like, he's hitting these dudes. You can hear the smacks, you can hear the stabs and the crushing of the skull and everything, man. You can hear it. It's so sick, it's so real. It's some of the best, situation that you can ever run into, man. I really, really love that. After this thing happens, prior to the guards walking away, Kingpin says something about, chess pieces or whatever, and it's better, to leave no stone unturned and to kill all the witnesses or something like that. So now the Punisher is on the ground, he's bleeding, and then the guards pick him up after all, everybody's dead. They pick him up, they take him to Kingpin's, cell, and where he pretty much runs the prison now. So they take him to this private cell. It's like cell block D or something like that. And then Kingpin walks in there and he's like, hello, I realize that I made a grave mistake, and I believe that you and I can be a great, tremendous help to each other. And then, Punisher's like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not doing nothing. You say you can't control me. He's trying to, pretty much fight against him, man. He headbutts Kingpin in the mouth, okay? So William Fisk is now Kingpin because the Kingpin is dead inside the prison, so he's now taking over. He's the Kingpin of the prison. And then he headbutts the Kingpin. The Kingpin punches the shit out of the Punisher, man. So now they start fighting, okay? And what's crazy about it is, Kingpin let the guards take the damn chains off of the dude. All right, they had him chained up, had him locked up. Kingpin's like, no, the hell with that. If we're gonna go down and we're gonna get Boogie, it's time to get Boogie like this. Let's do it. So it's the Punisher versus Kingpin in this 30-second clip. And the Punisher, he gets his ass whooped. I mean, he was already injured, so it's really not a fair fight. But he takes the poundings that would normally kill a regular man, and he survives because the Kingpin pounds this dude with this monkey fucking fist. He beats down on his spine, like in his chest area where his ribs will be at. I think he breaks 2 of his ribs. That's about all the damage that he did. And the Punisher gets back up, man. He's like, you're not stopping me. I went through the Walking Dead. No, he didn't do that. But it was pretty cool to see them fighting, man. Other than that, man, Daredevil was alive. Elektra's taking care of him. At the end of episode number 8, Elektra slices the neck of this dude, this young boy. Daredevil didn't agree with that. the young boy had stabbed Daredevil, and that's the reason why Elektra killed him. But most importantly, Elektra killed him because of the hunger inside of her, this darkness that I was talking about in the earlier podcast reviews. This is where the show, really gets amazing, man, as far as the cinematography, as far as everything that you want from a show, man. It's really beautiful stuff. The connection between the characters, everything on screen is it's perfect, man. It's cinematic perfection. At the end of the episode, I said this before, I'm not going to spoil who returns, but someone from the past returns. It's someone from season 1. It's a real special treat, man. If you are a fan of Marvel's Daredevil, you'll recognize him immediately, and then you'll be like, what the fuck? Because that's the reaction that you're going to get, man. You don't know what the hell's going to happen, because pretty much everything that happens going in the future forward it's changed at this moment because somebody returns that should not return, man. So anyway, guys, we're out of here. That's it. That's my time. I went way over on that one, but I just had to talk about it, man. Once again, my favorite episode. It's a 10 out of 10 star episode. It's episode number 9, 7 minutes in heaven, and that's literally what we got. We actually got 10 minutes of a Kingpin backstory, and I think about 15 to 20 minutes of actual Kingpin and the Punisher footage total, and then we had just a little bit of Daredevil, a little bit of Elektra, and a little bit of some badass action heading forward for episode number 10. So yeah, once again, man, no spoilers on this one, guys. I really appreciate it, and remember, I'll block you, man. Look for the season finale. That's where you can post all of your spoilers. I just think it's fair, man. If people were watching this or are listening to this, man, just don't spoil the rest of the show, just in case they haven't watched it. Maybe this is their only source of information for Daredevil season 2. So just be nice, man. Right there, guys. That's it.